Alright, all you afternoon traffic racers out there, welcome back to Music Village. And speaking of traffic, I asked Maestro during the break, do you think we can make the traffic disappear with our magical wizard powers? And the Maestro would answer back, we're a far way away from that happening, and I would snap my fingers and say rats, which would magically make rats appear. So I'm well on my way with my wizard powers. And to prove how well I am with my wizard powers, folks, we're gonna make 5 games appear from out of a planet far away from here and from the Steam Machine as well for another edition of the Friday Night Greenlight. And the first game that we have up comes from the website of moddb.com with their said game, Blade of Agony. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of not only Wolfenstein, but Overlord as well. And Maestro said, isn't that movie with the scary demons all over the place? Why, yes it is. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that they give you something to defend yourself more with than a gun. And according to what the Maestro said of half the crazy weapons you could use in Wolfenstein, that's not gonna be a problem. So here's hoping you can play alongside with your friends to help you take out these evil forces from 1942. Nazis, as they call them. But besides taking on mutant Nazis that'll most likely come back to life after you shoot them, the next game that we have up comes from the website known as IndyDB.com with their said game, Eldritch Code. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of not only Silent Hill, but a huge hint of arachnophobia and 8-legged freaks with that giant oversized spider on the side of the wall. That really made me want to click off of this, but Maestro said we have to talk about it. So here's hoping in the near future for this game that they give you a rocket or possibly a giant flamethrower to take out that spider or a giant can of Raid to take him out. Because to get that close to a spider that big that looks like it's gonna jump off the wall and try to take you out, yeah, I'm not taking my chances. So here's hoping you can get that thing far the hell away from you as possible. But besides that giant oversized spider give me the creeps, folks, I think it's time for us to head into the Steam Machine with our first game, which comes from the developers, Pirate Bug Studios, with their said game, Rubicon. A nice name for the game, too. And this game automatically reminds me of not only the Hypercube movie series, but a little hint of 007 in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that as the rounds go on, to make sure people doesn't hide in certain areas, they actually turn the cube around as somebody tries to solve it, moving the places over time and time again, while you try to figure out your way out of the cube and to take out your opponent. And according to the Maestro, he's not too entirely sure, as the cube keeps changing every time, if you're gonna be able to get out of it. Yeah, so it is like Hypercube. Nice! And the next game that we have up comes from the developers Chill and Play. Nice developer name, by the way, with their said game, Golf Keeper. And this game automatically reminds me of not only Happy Gilmore, but a little hint of golfing with your friends as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that not only they allow you to create your own course, and apparently according to the Maestro you probably can, but also they award you for different trick shots you can be able to do in this game. Cause they have several of them, and one of them involves a flashlight, I think a stoplight, and I think a Mario Brothers plumber tube as well. So, yeah. Got a feeling they should reward you for all those trick shots you can do in this game. And the next game that we have up comes from the developers Team TMT with their said game, Snow Fighters. And this game automatically reminds me of not only winter back in my middle school years, but a little hint of that one Mario Party game where you have to take out your opponents with snowballs. And a little hint of dodgeball in there as well, too. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, seeing the fact that you already have a chance to do a Kamehameha wave with the snow in this game, like it showed during one of the screenshots we just saw, but maybe, just maybe in the near future, a chance to change it to a giant oversized snowstorm at a moment's notice. And according to the maestro, it depends on the character, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. Nice! And besides bringing a snowstorm up at a moment's notice to take out your opponents, the next game that we have up comes from the developers Sandbar 3D and Jonathan Miller with their set game, Mecha Destruction. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Rampage with a little hint of Big O and a slice in there of Godzilla. Yeah, definitely Godzilla with the fact that you can destroy buildings like that. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that not only they give you a chance to play alongside with your friends or against your friends to see who can cause the most damage in this city. Cause I got a feeling if you're playing against your friend and you try to knock over a building, you can drop kick them and knock over a whole bunch of buildings, causing some big grand explosion. And apparently with one of the pictures of something that looks like a nuclear power plant going up, I got a feeling the more the merrier for this game. Is gonna be an awesome thing they could add. And the last but not least game that we have up for this week comes from the developers NGN Games with their game Uploaded. And this game automatically reminds me of not only Hardcore Henry, but a little hint, or a giant hint, of the real-life adventures of Johnny Quest. You know, the parts when they go into that augmented reality to take each other on, that's exactly what this reminds me of. And here's hoping in the near future that not only you get a chance to dual wield weapons, but you also get a chance to actually materialize weapons at a moment's notice depending on your programming. And according to the maestro, with the fact that you have a shotgun, sniper rifle, and even a rocket launcher to take out your opponent, that might be the case. Not too entirely sure. I'll work with it. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out any other cool games that is coming through the Steam machine via the cargo ship, cargo plane, or even subterranean train that's currently rumbling underneath your toes, you can head on over to the store.steampower page, only known as store.steampower.com, and just click ever so lightly on that upcoming page, as well as clicking on that Indy button as well, to check out a whole bunch of cool games that I magically made appear from out of nowhere from clicking on that upcoming Indy button. And according to the maestro, those games were fresh out of the oven, so be careful, they're a little hot. And if you also want to go ahead and check out games that came from a planet that is far away from here, but we magically managed to bring it to your doorstep with no cost to you, you can go ahead and check it out on the Free Game Planet page, only known as freegameplanet.com, to check out a whole bunch of games that are just out of this world. That one's for you, Scott Clark. That one's for you. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back to this music once again, and when we return, we'll be back with yet another new DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.